Hey family, welcome to Phie.Love Intuitive Conversations. I hope you guys are good. If you like my content, please do like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, if there's any negativity, if there's any hate, please keep that on your side of the street. Okay, won't be acknowledged. It's another one of those days where I'm just before bed and I am kind of feeling guided to do a video. So I'm glad to be here with you guys right now. Anyway, family, I'm going to get into a topic on one of the downloads that I had to speak on a while ago. Okay, and yeah, I'm just a little soft because I don't want to be too loud and drawing too much attention of, from the people on the outside of the door. So yeah, cool. So family, in this video I'm being guided for us to kind of pay a little bit more mind, or maybe, take a moment in time to go within and try and consider your behaviors, your way of reacting and responding to things. Are you able to step outside of the position of what is happening on the outside is what I'm going to respond to, and try and get your mind to consider, okay, when A happens, I get angry, I get loud, I retaliate. Okay, but why do I get loud? Why do I get angry? Why do I retaliate? Why is such a situation of maybe someone speaking to me in a certain way, in a specific kind of tone, or somebody not putting the toilet seat down, or whatever it might be, okay? All these things that we allow to bother us, that we allow to bring some sort of imbalance and upset to our, what we would deem otherwise generally or general state of balance, even though most of us are not in a real state of balance most of the time. We just think we are when we're not. But anyway, let me get back on track. How can you step outside of that? That's how I react. And ask yourself, okay, if have I been trained to react this way to these kinds of things? Because I wasn't born reacting to these kinds of things. I was trained at some point in my life. I was trained through how people around me in my family responded to certain things, reacted to certain things, felt about certain things, did certain things. Who in my life actually, at some point, whether maybe as a child, was always irritated that the toilet seat wasn't ever put down? Did my mother always scream at my father from the bathroom to the bedroom about him leaving the toilet seat up? Did I watch TV programs from a very young age that taught me to be irritated by somebody leaving a toilet seat up? Why do I allow something on the outside of me, or why is it that something on the outside of me has the power to trigger me into a state of imbalance? Have I been trained to get angry in this kind of situation? Have I been shown that this is how I'm supposed to respond in this kind of situation because it's how people just do it? But what exactly in society has trained people to be this way? Why have people not been trained to let it be? Why have people not been trained to let it go? Why have people been trained towards believing that standing in your power has to come with some sort of force, some sort of combat, some sort of feeling and way of responding to an energy or to an imbalance on the outside of us? Why have we been taught to match that vibration, to match that energy, to match that response, or to overpower it, or be at the end of a specific situation feeling like we've overpowered something or someone, or been in control of whatever it might be? Again, the toilet seat. You've been trained at some point to believe that getting irritated about a toilet seat being up is the right thing to do, is something you should put your energy towards, is something you need to call someone out on, is something you need to get yourself within yourself imbalanced over. But no one's ever been really taught by the system or by whatever it is around them that is influencing them to respond to certain people, places, or things in a way of peace, in a way of silence. No one's been taught that sometimes, or most of the time, not reacting, not giving the energy also puts the situation out and also allows you to stand in your power. You've been trained and thought to believe, you've been trained and taught, to believe that you need to assert yourself, that you need to give some kind of outward display, that you need to also within yourself be angry, feel justified over something someone has said or done. And it's consistently reinforced through the news, through TV, through movies, through how everybody else around you operates and responds to things and also engages you, right? Because these are things that have been taught to us from a very young age, taught to our parents from a very young age as normal and the way of life. And the other way has been made to be perceived in society, the way of peace, the way of non-reaction, the way of non-response. It's all been trained within you to be perceived as someone making you feel inadequate, as someone not taking you seriously, as you giving someone else the power to just act and be as they please, and you allowing and you not paying any mind to how you're letting the next person's energy aggravate you. So you automatically feel that you need to aggravate their energy back. You need to assert yourself in some kind of way, right? But what about silence? What about peace? What about non-reaction? What about letting things be? What about putting it out and not allowing a certain vibration, a certain action, a certain way of being to carry on, by simply just not allowing it to carry on, by giving it energy, by amplifying it? You've been trained through reality TV and through all these kinds of things, right? That's how it's supposed to be. That's how you're supposed to respond to certain situations. That's what it looks like to stand in your power. That's what it looks like to stand up for yourself. That's what people are going to clap over. That's how you're going to look like you are something. Because if you choose peace, if you choose calm, if you choose balance, if you choose non-reaction, if you choose letting it pass by, letting it just be a moment, it's not entertaining enough. There's not enough drama. And even though it might not be with eyes watching, you've been trained. You've been trained that that's how it needs to feel. That's how it needs to be. It's what it needs to look like. You need to be heard out loud. You need to be seen. It needs to be dramatic. It needs to be extra. It needs to be big. It needs to be wow. No, it doesn't. It's just that the opposite has been trained into you as a negative. The opposite has been trained into you as weakness. Yeah. So maybe the next time you have a bit of quiet time to yourself, without judgment or without thinking about how would people perceive you the next time you decided to respond with someone's, respond to someone's rudeness, someone's loudness, someone's misbehavior, someone's disrespect of you, someone's anger, someone's retaliation. How strong are you within yourself? What kind of resolve do you have within yourself to be able to just see it as the next person's issues, the next person's emotions, understand they're allowed to feel how they feel, but I do not have to match them on their vibration. I do not have to match them on their behavior. I do not have to match them on their words. I do not have to fight fire with fire. I do not have to be dramatic to feel like the next person understands me, to feel like the next person's going to take me seriously. Am I strong enough to not feel like I'm going to be judged for doing the opposite to what the other person does with no resistance, no aggravation, no need to retaliate with the idea of making them feel exactly how they're trying to make me feel, because in the end you also, if you say they've made me feel that way, you've given them the power. You've chosen to let what someone else on the outside is doing or saying trigger you, right? So how aware can you be of yourself? How can you take a pause in the future? The next time someone comes to ruffle your feathers or bring some sort of imbalance or upset to your zen or to your moments of balance through leaving a dish in the sink, the toilet seat, or however they come with themselves in their physical form and verbiage to come and bring you in balance. Where can you choose to respond opposite? Where can you choose not to fall for the unconscious programming of reacting and being the victim and feeling like you need to fight out of the victim perspective or the victim bubble that you've been trained to believe you're consistently living in? Where can you choose peace? Where can you choose silence? Where can you choose balance? Where can you say no without saying no? Where can you not engage by just not engaging? Where have you got the balls and the resolve within yourself to walk away and be okay with leaving someone hanging? Because just because someone else's energy pulls and aggravates and demands of you to give in to them and respond. Because definitely there are many people out there who are just wired that way. Sometimes even their astrological charts are just set out that way, that there are aspects to them that make them generally, energetically, verbally, mentally, physically, just aggressive people. And if someone walks around with an aggressive energy, that energy is naturally aggravating everyone else that they come into contact with, who might not be laid out and wired that way. And you know, I thought I heard something outside. So yeah, family, in this video, where can you take the time, think about how you can do the opposite to what we've been generally trained to be and respond and act within our engagements towards and with other people. And where you've been trained to be reactive, where you've been trained to be aggressive, where you've been trained to handle a certain situation a certain way, not because that's how maybe naturally you do it, but because it's how you've seen people on the outside do it. It's how it's been reinforced on the outside. It's what you've been shown. The stuff goes way, way back and way deep, right? Again, it's another one of those topics where everybody will grasp it on a different level, and will also engage what I'm talking about according to their own ability and level of introspection and personal accountability that they're able to engage in within themselves, right? Able to be aware of, able to recognize and, be like, I act like, and I do this and this and this and this and this and that type of situation. Or stop after an engagement with somebody and think about it and be like, hey, how differently could I have actually acted in that? Where could I have made a change? And already just by doing that, you are evolving. You are growing, you are changing. You are recognizing where there are things about you. You are humbling yourself. Recognizing where there are things about you that, you know what, maybe I can be more peaceful. Maybe I don't have to respond this way. Maybe I do this because it's how I was trained and programmed to be this way, when really being this way, being trained and programmed to react and respond and trigger into myself and my emotions and my energy in this way, in this kind of a situation, it doesn't make me feel good. I don't know why I do it. You do it because you've been trained and programmed and shown to behave that way in a specific kind of setting, situation, engagement, interaction. It's all primed, it's all seeded into us in different kinds of ways, right down to the way we perceive we need to be in love and be in a relationship and engage a partner, family members, and all of that, right? It's all programmed into us. And with a bit of awareness, with a bit of willing to, let loose a bit, shake things up within us and recognize where we're stuck, things can change and we can create different engagements and environments between ourselves and other people, or within ourselves and with other people, that don't have to follow the script and training and programming of society, which when you really take the time to look at and grab a higher perspective on it all, it's pretty fucked up. It's not peaceful. It's not balanced. It's not generous. It has no focus whatsoever on us evolving and growing spiritually. And again, to those who maybe haven't seen my other videos, when I say spiritually, I am not talking in any way, shape, or form about religion, okay? I'm talking about our own inner evolving, growing, and spiritual growth. Spirituality and religion are two different things. But again, there are other videos in the past I've done going a little bit into that, right? I will get into this topic in a different way in the future. I will. But for now, I'm going to pull a card from our Ascended Masters deck, okay? And yeah, I just hope this kind of made you think and, gives you the courage to be different, act different, respond different, understand that most might not understand it because they will expect you to retaliate and meet them on their level and on their vibration. I mean, someone who's used to you behaving a certain way of, in your reaction to them. If you suddenly just start being quiet or just allowing them to be who they are and choosing to, be peaceful and walk away and meditate and let it go, right? That also just shows you as being someone who's an example to somebody else to introspect and look at themselves. You get to be a mirror and, have someone pay mind to how they're behaving. Not understanding, well, why isn't this person behaving like me? Then they take a step back and they're like, is there something wrong with me? Did I do something? Why is this person not, meeting me on my vibration of aggression? Who knows, right? Anyway, Spirit, please can I have a card to support our conversation, or just give someone a nudge in the direction they need to go, whoever might be watching this video. What came out is from our Ascended Master Jesus. And the card says, open your heart to love. And you see, I think it's funny how, it's not funny, I'm noticing in the card how Jesus is busy with the sheep. And yeah, I mean, it's peace, it's love. It's what Jesus also tried to spread, right? Peace and love, being the Ascended Master that he was. And a lot of us tend to follow the system as if the system is Jesus and we become the sheep. I'm just saying, in how we behave, how we act, how we choose to unconsciously, make the societal system function. We do it like a herd of sheep. We do. Although I know it's not what's really being portrayed in the card, I just thought it a little bit interesting as a little add-on to our conversation, right? Of us all just trying to act and be the same, even if it doesn't make any sense, or doesn't work, or brings imbalance and whatever else that just doesn't, it's not conducive to us understanding each other or deciding what is and isn't good for us, or even just soothing the programmed victim mentality and uh, re- yeah, the programming to just be reactive to everything and act like someone's hurting us always, or think or feel, even unconsciously, that someone is hurting us, that we have to defend ourselves always in some way and respond on a lower vibration instead of, again, choosing peace, right? The book says, everything you desire and every prayer that you seek comes as a result of opening your heart to both sending and receiving love. Your heart is the gateway of receptivity. It is the answer to every question you have about your love life, relationships, health, life purpose, and so forth. The more you allow yourself to love, the greater depth and meaning your life holds. Jesus and the other Ascended Masters will support you in this endeavor, ensuring that you're protected and safe as you open your heart to love that supports our conversation beautifully. Accepting people for who they are and not falling into the trap of judgment and retaliation because of our judgment and our feeling of someone someone making us feel like we're in an unloving situation, but responding in a loving way. And being in a loving vibration isn't always the roses and the mushy gushy that we've been programmed to believe. Sometimes being silent, sometimes just letting things be, allowing people to be who they are, where they are, at the level that they're at in their own development, in their own understanding of life, and not trying to interfere with that or take it personally, because most of the time it's never personal. It might sound that way because people need to project and blame and have a reason for the way that they feel, but if you go deep within, it's not personal, and you can just be loving and allow someone to be and walk away, be silent and not react, right? Additional meanings to this card: to manifest a soulmate relationship, heal any fears about giving or receiving love, forgive those who seem to have hurt you, be loving with yourself, do energy work to open your heart chakra. I think that was nice and supported our conversation beautifully. Anyway, family, I'm going to go to bed now. I hope this was something that got you thinking, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. And if you've come this far, please do hit the like button, okay? Share, subscribe. Maybe someone else in your life can hear this, benefit from it, think about it, have a different perspective, and we get to get people to consider maybe just spreading a bit more peace and being more calm and cultivating and amplifying a peace and balance and calming vibration in our world that is already so chaotic, right? Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, family.